BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, I'm Sam. I'm your thirsty guy for BodyBags. This week it's fairy tale horror, and the movie that I chose. I always get that wrong. Darkness Falls. I really like it. So, backstory before I talk about the movie itself. This was one of the earlier ones I remember watching. It's not the first. The first horror movie I remember watching is like The Thing from Another World, because I would fall asleep to that all the time on the VHS player. But this was one of the earlier ones I remember specifically watching with Dad on Netflix, like a decade ago kind of thing. And like I only had watched it once, but I always remembered it. Maybe not necessarily the name, but over time I was like, oh, it was that movie. Oh, that'd be cool if I got it. And then, well, I got it one of my last movie hunts, so that was cool. Darkness Falls. Now, to be honest, this is a fine poster, but there's this other version of the poster where it's similar, that being the lighthouse, but it's like right here, I think, and it's like dust or ash going up and showing the Tooth Fairy's face, and like a scary skeletal kind of like, whoa, it's pretty scary. Oh, my bad. As a young boy, Kyle claimed he had seen the Tooth Fairy. He also claimed she tried to kill him. Now, over 12 years later, Kyle has left the town that never believed him. He has also left behind the two people who thought he was telling the truth, his childhood girlfriend, Caitlin, and her younger brother. And when evil again emerges and darkness falls, Kyle must return to do battle with the winged creature of doom he saw that night so many years ago. Because evil is back with a vengeance, and it's not leaving without Caitlin's brother. Ho 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 ho. Sonny. So, it's a pretty good movie. I like it. You should watch it. It's like, I really like it. This was one of the earlier Columbia Picture horror movies. Not the first, of course. It was 2003. Columbia Pictures started about 99, 2000 kind of thing. And they, like, it seemed like they kind of died off about 08, 09, 10 kind of thing. So this was one of the more earlier ones. So the movie was directed by Jonathan. I got my notes. I wanted to be a little more fancy today. And I want to try to be fancy onward, but yeah. Anyway, Jonathan leads. I'm so sorry, Mister Jonathan Liebesman or Liebesman. I'm just gonna say Liebesman, but it might be Liebesman. Anyway, he's done a lot of stuff. He's been around the league for a bit. He's made movies. I mean, horror movie wise, anyway. He's made movies like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, The Americanized Rings, Battle Los Angeles, and then go off a bit. He made Wrath of the Titans, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action movie, and the latest stuff he's done. He directed 4 episodes of the Halo show. I didn't really watch. I've only watched one of these movies. I've only watched Wrath of the Titans, and that was a long time ago when it was a nice cast, but I suppose if I rewatched it, it'd be like, oh, this sucks. No offense. I also wanted to look at the music. I just had a hunch, because I really like the soundtrack in this movie. I had a hunch that this was a pretty big guy, and, well, he's pretty big and relevant to right now. Brian Tyler, he did the music for this movie. Some new stuff that he's done. I got 3 relatively new stuff. I got 2 early 2000 stuff, and then I would say, not his first, but one of his first bigger ones. So, newer stuff. He did the soundtrack to Abigail. He did the soundtrack for the new Scream movies. Maybe that's why it seemed so familiar, like I had to check it out, because I remember seeing it for the Scream movies. He also did the soundtrack to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action movie, so that's cool. He did the music for Constantine, for Timeline. Y'all might know Constantine, but y'all probably don't really know Timeline that much. This is an early 2000s movie. More of a fantasy movie, not really a horror movie, obviously. But the thing that I saw that was like, wow, he did the music for that. That's insane. He did the music to Bubba Hotep. Now that's a movie I'm surprised I don't have. I saw it one time, not that long ago, like 2-3 years ago kind of thing. I say not that long ago, it's been some time. But it's like, he did that? Nice. It's pretty underrated, in my opinion. So the two main actors, well, actor and actress in this, Chaney Kley, my bad. Chaney Kley, who plays, he plays Kyle, and then Emma, Caulfield, she plays, Caitlin. Chaney, he wasn't really in much stuff. He's in a lot of, I say was, he's not dead, I don't think, but he's not really relevant right now. He was in a lot of cop shows, and I guess the biggest thing, other than this movie that he was in, that people may or may not know, it's not a horror movie, he was in Legally Blonde. Just to go a complete different direction than, right. While Emma Caulfield, actually, she's really relevant right now. She was in WandaVision, and she was in Fear the Walking Dead. But both of them were in this show, not a cop show. They were both in the show around the same time this movie came out, a little before too. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love Sarah Michelle Gellar. I'm pretty sure she's in it. That'd be hilarious if I just randomly said that and she's not in it. Just, why did I just say that? That's about it for my notes. So overall, pretty solid movie. Really nice music. Storyline wise, it has a few moments where it's like, that makes no sense. I really like the ending. But I guess one of the things that makes no sense is that when Kyle comes back to town, he visits the hospital where the brother and, the girl is, right? And then he goes to this bar with an old friend of his. This bar. And there's this guy that's like, oh, look, it's the freak who killed his mom so long ago. Oh, what are you doing around these parts? Oh, I'm gonna take a sip of your beer and I'm gonna whoosh on your face. Oh, you want a piece of me? Oh, you want a piece of me? Oh. And then, Kyle walks out and he's just like, yeah, you all saw that. Kyle, walks outside and, like, he thinks he hears something. All of a sudden, boom, he gets pushed into the woods. And it's that guy. It's like, dude, God, what are you doing? And the guy's trying to, like, beat the crap out of him. It's like, dude, did you have a thing for Kyle's mom? You never know. Maybe he did. Maybe he had a huge thing for Kyle's mom. And then when she died, he was like, oh my gosh, Mrs. I don't think I have a last name. Kyle's mom's dead. Oh no, he killed her. Never mind, whatever. That's like one of the things that's like, really, dude? Okay. But anyway, I'm Sam. I'm your thirsty guy for BodyBags. For fairy tale horror, Darkness Falls. And I really only have one question left to ask you before it's all time to leave. Are you afraid of the dark?